Hey, what's up everyone? Weekly Dama news, another round for another week. Rounding up all the shit that happens here in the world of kendama. Hopefully you're excited for it. I'm one of the hosts from KENDERTAINMENT, MJ. I also have a co-host. He's going to be joining me shortly from Kendrama, Rylan over there. And we're going to be talking about what we've noticed that went down in the week of kendama for this week. It is January 31st here in the JP time. Almost end of January. It's come to a close, but there was a lot of stuff. Of course, Battle at the Border just finished up, and I think a lot of people were watching, living through the stories of all the pros and all the people who attended, as well the other players, seeing some cool stuff, new things that were dropped on, not actually dropped, but things that were released on that date were there as well. So at Battle at the Border, some special, seems like, maybe, who knows. But we're going to be going over them and talking a little bit about it, sharing our 2 cents about what the week happened and what unfolded within this week is what I wanted to say. Yo, what up, Rylan?
What's going on, dude? How's it going?
Good. Everything's going good. I was, throughout the week as it goes on, I try to, as much as possible, if I see something new that pops up, try to save that post, so I can have it all set up and ready for this news stream that we're doing right now. But there was so much that was released and so many things that happened just at Battle at the Border. I had to redo it right before this one just to make sure I don't miss anything huge. But of course, here in the news, especially if you are joining us right now, thank you for 1, joining us, and 2, hey, be a part of this news broadcast, because you probably know as much as we do, maybe. Because we're just doing the scroll like everyone. We're scrolling like all the other scrollers. So if anything pops up, let us know. And hey, if we have time at the end, maybe we'll do a little Q&A, because that was fun when we did it last time. So yeah, let's roll right in on it. What is some early? Okay, we're gonna go. Go.
Well, I wanted to jump into the biggest thing that I felt like happened this week, which was the Terra collab, which is huge. And
there's many different things, many special things about it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Because I saw a few people be like, "Oh, cool! Like Terra's doing a collab with Rage Quit," but the cool things about it are, 1, those really interesting sticky cups. Like, it looks like on the little cup, big cup. On the big cup,
both.
Well,
cups.
But on the big cup, it's got like a sticky design, like it's in the shape of something. You know what I'm trying to say?
There's a design. There's a design on it. It almost looks like a Twitch. I don't know why it reminds me of Twitch, maybe because it's the purple. But yeah, it specifically says, I think I was just saying on the Terra page, explaining what it's about. Dude, Terra, what was it? Sticky purple painted big and small cups.
Yeah.
Left out this base cup, I guess that's fine. That's probably the easiest one to balance. So sure.
And then you got that glitter grip paint. What is that?
Glitter grip. Glitter grip. Dude, you've never put glitter on your eye as blush or eyeshadow to get the extra sparkle, to get the extra grip. So, I mean, I'm guessing it's just some glitter, possibly, that they put on. They possibly put on some extra sealant over it to just have this extra texture. And I think that was pretty cool, because if everyone doesn't know, Rage Quit comes from up in the Canada, and so it's a double Maple Leaf collab coming through, and they are focusing on this glitter grip, which is kind of a texture. So it says 1 out of 6 will get this kind of texture grip. And if you're an OG and you remember back in the day, the Terraflage paint that Terra made, and even, that's one of the types of paint that they made with a certain design to it, but just their Terra paint, which reminded me, a lot of people, of like a chalkboard or like an eggshell kind of grip to it. There was no shininess to it, but there was texture, and that's what it was back in the day when people were trying to do different stuff. A lot of people going mostly on the sticky side of the gurs and matches and whatnot. And this was a different thing. That was matte textures. So it's cool to see this kind of come back, and it seems like it's a special thing. So if you're lucky enough to pick one up, let the community know how it is. I'm guessing. I'm gonna say that I'm guessing it would kind of come off after a while if it is an actual sparkle or something that is on top of the paint. It might deter you from getting, or it might just make it more difficult to get a balancing point. Because think about those times, if you go for like a stunt plane and then you go to lighthouse from that, the top of the string's right there, and that can kind of give you a little troubles when you're going for a lighthouse or something. So having this there, I'm guessing, and like me, I like silk strings, so they're thicker than your average nylon. I'm sure anyone who plays the S-Leban, Adrian strings, they're thick too, and maybe this is a problem if you have this. So it's curious about that. But also, it says in here, within the specs, it's a GFN shape, good for nothing shape, or I still don't know. Does anyone know what that's for? You know what that's for, Alan? The GFN? Was it explained somewhere and I just missed it?
I've been calling it the good fucking news shape.
There you go.
Because it's a good shape, right? Like, good fucking news. Like, this is what y'all need. I have no idea, though.
Oh, okay. So Maple Ken, Beach Dama, of course, Terra and Rage Quit engravings all over. But to touch upon the paint again, beta, double beta, sticky clear coat paint. So I'm not sure exactly who this beta is coming from, if it's a special thing that Rage Quit has made themselves, a special blend, or if it's going to be something coming up from Terra in the future.
Maybe. And I kind of thought, is that a play on the sweets? How they called what is it? The ratio
Probably.
Clear, they called it beta clear?
Yeah.
So they're calling it like beta clear?
Exactly.
I don't know. I thought it was
just to not confuse everybody.
Yeah.
They're like, what do we call it? Well, it's like, technically, Sweets chose correctly when they're like, this is a beta clear, like it's a testing kind of, version of it. They could call it, I don't know, like proto clear,
Oh, that's cool. Can I have that? If you're in chat right now, that's mine. I call it proto clear. It's mine. I take it. No, but I am interested. I forgot to buy one, so hopefully they're still on the site, and hopefully I get one with the glitter grip. But yeah, I'm interested to see what this beta sticky clear is, and like you said, how glitter grip plays, because that is kind of a maybe like a hit or miss thing, right? Where like, it could be
looks
there,
cool.
but also,
definitely looks cool, and it definitely plays in hand with the whole Pokemon world of I'm like with those cards, and there's like special like aluminum foil cards that you get. So this one is going to be sparkly like that. It's like, I don't know, it's like those pop rocks. No, what are they called? Rock candy rocks. Remember you get those on a stick when you were a kid? You used to get those? Anybody else in the chat?
Like rock candy? And
rock
they come
candy?
on
Why don't we get a rock candy version where you can lick that, Tama?
That's a really good idea, actually. Again,
cereal. Again,
if anyone's in chat,
for cereal. That's perfect for cereal.
I'm going to hit up John after this. Just throwing it out there. I call that rock candy clear.
Oh my gosh.
It's sugar.
That's so
on
gross.
Your Tama. Oh, but it adds a whole new meaning to licking the bevel. That's actually sick.
Yes, it does in weird ways. Another thing I want to highlight why this Terra Rage Quit one is special. They have an engraving on one of the cups. I'm not sure which one. Maybe Big Cup looks like. It says Edition 1.
Yes.
Edition 1. They're coming with more. So I'm guessing either, this might be really made to be a really exclusive small number. So that next new version is going to come out, maybe a different colorway, maybe a different style of Pokemon. But I think Rage Quit really likes this smiley dude.
Yeah.
Purple guy.
That's so weird. In chat, beta in Japanese means sticky.
Beta. Yes, beta. Do, Chris, thank you for pointing that out. Yes, beta means sticky. That is true.
Interesting.
Oh, and
that's cool.
Yo, they're sold out.
Dang.
Just say, from the Linzeb 1 2 3. Let us know. Well, there you go, Rylan. You're too slow.
I know.
I've seen it everywhere. It's out. There's also a edit that went out for this, pretty cool. So go check it out. Where the Rage Quit members got together and filmed a bunch of tricks. I did not watch it yet, but hey. But that is, yeah, a really, really interesting collab that came out with so many small, like, things that came out. Ghastly, that's what it was, not Gas X. It seems like, you know, those commercials that you see, like, for different types of medicine, for, you know, when you're feeling groggy, and there's, like, the mucus monster, when you got a lot of mucus or something. Like, when I left the States, there was a lot of commercials for medicine, and they were always adding some sort of, like a character to
Yeah.
it. And, like, that character was the sickness that you have, and you take the medicine, and the character's like, ah, it runs away, like the old school, like, Raid.
Yeah.
Like the Raid commercials, spraying the Raid on the roaches.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. So, I mean, that's what this kind of reminded me. Like, Pokemon are just different types of viruses for your body. And this is the Gas X one.
America still has a lot of those terrible, terrible commercials. We are strapped with them.
Oh, man. But yeah, collab that went down. That one's pretty interesting. And seems like to
congrats
be on, so
to Rage Quit.
Look forward to edition 2.
Version 2.
Yep.
What's next,
so
MJ?
Another version 2 that came out, announced during Battle at the Border, along with a video, was the Parker Johnson PK Ripper V2 came out in a very, very nice open canvas of nice white with the original from his V1 model of the color scheme. Rainbow kind of paint influence. Yeah, kind of like a watercolor influence paint that goes on it. And if you notice, the color palette is changed just a bit, but it has the same kind of aesthetic to it, of course.
Yeah.
And he still pays homage to his love of photography. So that's really cool that he sees that you see that. But like when I first saw that, it's like, that's really cool. But if you're not into photography, like those numbers, like that's a very, very specific thing that you have all those dials on the lens itself. So if you don't really know about it, maybe you think it's like, what's up with all these numbers? It's like they're trying to like measure how many. It's like this for measuring how my finger wraps around the Dama. Like, so here's a new one, and personally, I like the black on with all the colors, cool. But this one just like, I don't know, has more of an impact, being just so like bright, and it's so awesome how he goes through to create a whole aesthetic with the videos, with the little promo shots that he does leading up to the release that he did, you know, the solid canvas with just like 3 colors. The 255, I think you go 255 on all the like RGB colors like scale. If any like people who mess with like Photoshop and stuff, you know, you have the different types of colors that you can choose, the CMYK, RGB. And there was one clip that I saw that was like RGB like 000, that would be black. So I'm guessing 255 on all scales of those color spectrums will be white. So that's a really cool, you know, just little side thing that, you know, you throw in there for the people that know about it. But for you, if you didn't, that's the reasoning.
Yeah, and coming from somebody who does take a lot of pictures, is really interested in photography, the V1 was a super sick Dama. It's really cool looking.
Yeah.
But, like, personally, photography doesn't, like, rule my life, right? So I just felt like it wasn't a good fit for me. So the V2, taking away those dials, but still keeping, like, the, what do you call it? Like, the lens aperture.
Oh, yes, the shutters,
The shutters, there we go.
Yeah, to open, close.
Keeping that on top is, right? I still think it's sick, right? Because it still drives the point home that it's like, Parker loves cameras. So, and you get that, but like, if you don't love cameras, you don't feel obligated to explain like, oh, you know, f-stop. People are like, oh, okay.
F-stop,
cool. So, no, it is just a little bit more simple, but it still has all of the great colors. And now with the white, I feel like those colors pop better. So it's sick. I like it a lot. Great job, Parker.
And Stacey just mentioned down in the chat, yes, it has a different style of can, where they have a beach on top of maple for the sarado on the big cup and small cup. So that's a special thing that they added that they didn't have for the first one. So another special thing. So and you get cherry Tama.
Woo!
Weight match guarantee for everything coming in ratio, sticky and cushion. So for everyone who wants to try it out, there it is. Yeah, okay, cool. Dude, there was just so many kendamas that came out. Um, what else? There was, of course, Grain Theory, talking about like people like bringing good aesthetic to really promote their damas. Jake always does an amazing job creating a world, creating a story around Grain Theory, the pros, the teams, the product, and he did another amazing job. If everyone saw, I don't think there was actual a post that was made, but a few stories of the posters that he had to that linked in with Tio's new TC mod of just, you know, looking at the whole aesthetic of when you go to a doctor, an orthodontist, or is that what it's called? Yeah.
No, that's teeth.
No.
Orthodontist.
Ortho
teeth. Optometrist.
Optometrist. There we go. See, solving problems, everyone. Optometrist. Going to get your vision checked out, right? Super simple, white, black. Even in that promo, that little merch, what is it called? The product picture with it, you see in the background, you know, close one eye, close the other eye. Can you read everything in the back? And it's really cool that they took those and they made into posters that Jake just like put around at the border in the venue. And it's done in such a way where like you see it, it's like, oh, it's that eye thing. And maybe like say example, like this is what makes the experience so amazing and so cool. And Jake does an amazing job. Imagine yourself walking to Battle at the Border. You're all psyched, seeing all these dumb people that you've never seen before, some maybe that you have, getting excited. And then all like you notice like in the bathroom or like in the hallways, the corridors and stuff, there's this poster that is like you see right away from a distance. Oh, it's like it's a play on one of those, you know, check how your vision is. But then if you look at it, it actually says like kendama is the shit or something. I forgot exactly what it said. He had a few different ones where you had to really like you had to think about it and look at it because it gets smaller and stuff. You're like, oh, cool. And then you see maybe at the bottom Grain Theory, and then maybe if you're going in, hey, wait a second. If I'm correct, Grain Theory maybe only had their booth on the second day. So the first day, imagine seeing all that and be like, oh, funny. And then the announcement, they played Tio's video announcing this Dama there, seeing the connection then, having all the electricity in your brain firing, remembering the poster that you saw in the bathroom, and then watching this video, seeing how it's connected, and then the booth drops and you see it, it is totally revolving around glasses.
Yeah.
The whole world magnificently done.
Honestly, Jake does such a good at like so for a sneak peek, which is still in the works but almost done, Spike Mag, Jake Weens is involved a little bit. Not really, not involved, but there's a never mind. Recently was in touch with Jake and we kind of just talked about how like Grain Theory is like the adult brand and not necessarily in like a mature or like aggressive way. Not like that.
Okay.
But very like they do things how adults do things in marketing, whereas Sweets and Kendama USA are a little bit more like a toy brand. Unfortunately, like I hate to say it like that, but they do things more like a toy brand. Grain Theory does like this like guerrilla marketing, you know, like slapping up posters all over Battle at the Border or releasing a photography book about like a coffee table book about kendama. Right. It's just so adult. And I think that like guerrilla marketing, you know, just like tagging these posters around the event is the best way to do it for Grain Theory. For anybody else, wouldn't hit as well. But for Grain Theory, that is so just chef's kiss of marketing.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he just does a good job of, I think the very first Grain Theory introduction video up on YouTube, introducing the whole brand, why it began and who's on the team right now, how it's made. They specifically said, like, we want to make something for adults, like for us to hang out with, like us adults, like drinking beers with your friends, and we want something that other adults can get into, because if you see it as something that your little kid brother is always playing with, you're probably not going to want to do it, right?
Yeah.
So thinking about that and creating something for the adult space, for the adult market, to be like, hey, this is a cool thing. Yeah, right? We're adults. We want to hang out with that. So then here's this brand that really screams and connects with individuals who are in that same mindset, who may possibly have those problems of, yeah, I want to play this thing, but I don't want to look like a kid. You're probably going to go for the grain theory because that speaks to you a lot more than maybe the flashy colors or, you know, the different designs that happen within other companies. Of course, not saying that it's bad, you know, they're just looking at the market and seeing like
Right.
the children industry for selling to kids is bigger. So we might as well go for that. And you look at the size of those companies. Grain theory is still pretty small. So they can do all these like smaller like drops, these one-offs kind of that make it special. And another thing, hey, we're just talking about being adults, but then Nintendo came out.
Yeah.
But it still screams adult because they're doing a throwback to the original NES. The ones that we grew up with.
Exactly.
How many buttons you got? You got the D-pad, start, select, A, B. That's it, yo. That's all you need.
Start select is in the bevel. It's so fitting. It's like they just they do such a good job with everything. I love everything the Grain Theory puts out. Like I can't even the when they did freaking Ben's stool for like April Fool's Day.
Yes.
They were like, and then people were like, they got it in the mail and they're like, this is just a stool with a sticker, and it's like, yeah, yes, like. They didn't lie to you. They told you it was a stool. And like, it's just, they're just so great at what they do. And people weren't mad about that. People are like, oh, I got a stool.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it goes back to the old school Kenko days when they had the potato that they sold.
Yeah.
And people like jokingly, oh, they put it in their cart and they're like, okay. And they added the option of like, yeah, glue the tip. And they got a super glued potato in the back. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, the Nintendo thing is so great, and I love that they called it the Nintendo. Like, it would have been really easy to be like, BH Nintendo. But I mean, they make the connections, you know, like, they know, and obviously that's not, like, super hard to come up with, like, Nintendo. But just the fact that they did that, it, like, just shows that they are adults about it, but not, like, in an aggressive way. They just know what we want, and they're doing a great job. So...
Yeah. As well as like, dude, it plays into the design of the Dama so well with the dots as the tracking line.
Yeah,
like it's like I wonder who we need to ask Jake who thought of this. Was this something from Jake's mind? Was it Ben's? You know, coming from his creative eye to just turn the dots red and make it gray. It's like, then, like, imagine if they just messed with the color scheme, and then from that they're like, yo, it looks like the Nintendo controller, old school. It's like, oh yeah, bong, dude. The only thing I ask is make a Japanese version, because the Japanese Famicom, which is called here the NES, it has like a red and kind of gold coloring to it. And like there was controller 1 was different from controller 2. Controller 2 actually had a little microphone on it. Amazing to think about back in the day. Yeah, so like for some games, if you needed a mic, you needed a plug-in like connector. What am I saying? Fucking controller number 2, and use the mic to do something. So that would just add to it. Imagine if there was like 2 separate Tamas that you could get for the Japanese version of it.
Yeah. Well, so and before we get off of the Nintendo thing, here's a picture of the Chinese-made Ben Harold Tama. Right. So you've got the dots around it. Just regular looking dots. But this isn't even just a color change. Like they didn't even just like hit up on Rui and say we want it in white and red. They made a whole new silhouette for this Tama because they made the button or the dots on this AB button sized. They're the size of the AB buttons.
Yeah.
So I mean, this was intentional, I think. I mean, I guess they could have changed the colors and then they're like, oh, we'll blow up the circles a little bit. But no,
right.
I mean, I cannot stress enough. It all just goes right back to Grain Theory being intentional and being great at what they do.
Yeah.
I love it.
If you go back, you can notice that there is a change in each variation or iteration of the BH Tamas. I don't know if it was due to like actually, oh yeah, we thought it would be good like this, but actually we should change it. You know, the burns, even the burns in the original like American made Grain Theory Ben Harrold mods, the burn dots I believe got bigger or got smaller or closer together, and then there was more dots on them. So even if you look at the other colored Tamas that they released for BH, like that like white and teal ish, or the black and yellow one, I believe they definitely have a lot bigger dots when you compare it to that walnut one.
Yeah.
So there might be something within that where they add to it, where it's like depending on the color contrast or something, that like bigger dots, less amount of dots, or smaller, more dots is better here, there. Not sure, but there's a small difference. But it still is the whole omnidirectional steez that he was looking for. Yeah. All we need now is a little 8-bit version of Ben. You know, fucking doing the Mario jump.
Who can do it? Who can do it and get it to Ben the quickest is the question.
Everybody, anybody. Okay, what else? What else?
We might as well just go into new Kendama's Soul Kevin DeSoto Pro Mod 2.
So many. Dude, there's so many. Let's just,
that wasn't, I think I actually saw that anywhere online.
I think he just today, he posted a picture of it on his page, on his account. Let's see. Let's see. I think so.
Here's what it looks like.
And so, if everyone can see it, there you go. Yeah. So it is cool to see there these connections of old coming to the new, where there's a lot of the same color schemes of those waves, the sound frequencies that he had on his original Pro mod. I believe those are the same colors.
I think so.
Still has the same vibe of clear. You know, you can still see the natty underneath whatever sticky clear. And here it's just a deterrent from just having a line from in the Tama design to having kind of a half-half, a split, if you will.
And I think the sound lines and now the triangles all originated from his Vibe Pro model thing. Right? Because didn't you do like a Bird of Paradise in those colors?
Slice of Paradise.
Is that what it was?
And yes, because it was like, 50-50, half and half Tama, but there was just like a slice coming out of one of on the top end.
Yes, yeah. And I think those colors are the same.
All connected. Okay.
These colors. I could be wrong. But I think so. I think that they are, or very similar.
Yeah. Well, that's cool because again, like it really just connects to the Pro, and you can really like if you have them all lined up next to each other, then you could see the growth of it in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just having like super random kendamas that came out for this Pro, and it's like they're totally different from the last one. It's cool little, like, nod.
I was super wrong. I was really hoping that this was some sort of clue in to a new soul shape, and it's not. It's still on the one-up shape.
That's what you were mentioning last time. Yes.
Not that the one-up shape is bad, but I was just hoping for something new, because they've been sitting on the one-up shape for a while. Yeah, second up,
dude. If it's not broken, kind of, don't fix it. They might have just had a Ken that was ahead of its time when it first came out, and it'll still be able to do its job into the next few years. Because, you're not going to want to release another Ken that doesn't outdo the one that you have right now that everybody loves.
Exactly. Yeah. And the one-up, a lot of people just buy the one-up Kens and then throw like a friction clear or a rhino clear.
Yeah.
So it's not like
is that because of the fact that everybody loves it, or that Soul puts out a lot where they're like, hey, we got Ken only options. You want it? Check it out. Yeah. So
maybe
that could be, and they also have the different types of hardwoods that you could get, which most of the
Yeah.
companies, they stopped doing that. You know, a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, a lot of people were offering a variety of different woods, hardwoods, premium woods, but everyone's, I guess, you know, maybe sales weren't that great or they didn't move so quickly. It took them time, so they opted not to do it. But Soul is still cruising with that, and it's cool for those people who like the different style, texture, hardness of the woods. You have the option.
Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely not wrong there. I mean, they are one of the only companies that I see constantly have Ken only options in stock. Because, I mean, there are a few who sell Ken only, but I would say more often than not, Soul has Ken only in stock than like pro mods. So,
oh, that's true. Okay, Stacy coming in with good information, or just, you know, points that make me think more. You know, Kush, Sweet's got Kush. Sulab, Friction Clear, you know, everyone's talking about paints, and you know, we all look at Kens as well, but a broken in Tama of works is gonna be more sought after than a broken in Ken. You know, most people keep the Tama, you replace the Ken, and there's not like a wow, this is the best kind of Ken to go out and get. Not so many people talk about that. A lot of people talk about what's the best paint, what's the grippiest, what's this. But there's not so much talk around what's the best Ken. But when there is, it usually goes to Soul. So maybe they've just found their way of being like, we have the best Ken.
Yeah.
So
because she's
the Ken only option. Yeah.
They only do sticky. I don't think they even do like rubber clear.
Yeah.
So they only do sticky, but maybe it's because they know that not everybody is going to Soul for their Tamas. And even if you're buying a full setup, maybe you're going just for the Ken, essentially. So yeah, interesting.
Interesting. We always have interesting points here on the news, so everyone, thanks for joining and taking part. Stacy, thanks. Other Tamas that came out, dude, there were so many. If we want to talk about over at Battle at the Border, some things that came out. I saw a mini metal, gold version mini metal from Crom were there.
Yes.
Full on gold grill. I'm definitely partial to the silver version, but it's cool that they made something special just for that. I think I took a screenshots of some other stuff that I saw just for Battle at the Border. How do we get out of this? So I saw Sweets had a marble version of, it seemed like that kind of like blue color combo.
Yeah.
That they used, the main color for Battle at the Border. It looks like they had a marble version of that.
And I think all the marbles are hand painted, right? So
yes, it might be a beta.
Ooh.
And it says, Battle at the Border 2-2, setting up from Nicholas G-Man. And then, hey, there was also this one that I found from Kendama USA.
Oh.
And I was like, what? I was trying to read. I'm like, there's something right there. There's some sort of, I don't know if that's a signature. It's just like a solid line and something. Not knowing what it is, then looking at the top, trying to figure out like who is down with those colors. Who would it be going for? Arctic Blast and Beta and okay for the Sweets. But I was just really had a lot more questions about this Kendama USA one because it seems like it's a pro mod because you don't see so many engravings on their normal Kens.
Yeah. And the box looks premium. It doesn't just look like a Kusa box.
Yeah,
it looks cohesive.
Yeah. So the only thing I can pray for is that, the Twisted Cat gets a pro mod.
Maybe.
It's the only thing. But they didn't have any announcement. I doubt they wouldn't release a people could. Smartly, I don't think you should. Release a kendama without any kind of announcement, without the pro being there.
Yeah.
Of course, well, he's got a family and stuff, so even if they asked him to, maybe he had to decline. But no video, no nothing, no hype around it, to just release it where everyone and anyone could take pictures of it like this and just post it on their social. that would kind of, not do good justice to Kenyatta.
Well, and I'm even looking at the
That's what I
website right now. It seems weird that they would even just drop kendama and not talk about it, because I mean, they've been dropping a lot of kendamas and they've been hyping all of them up. Even just like the Kaizen Dash line, like they had a whole lot. They really tried to hype those up, which also good on you,
True.
Kusa, because that's what I've been saying for weeks of doing weekly Dama news. Is you just get out there, and talk about your Damas.
As well as though, but I'm gonna have to say that their team, everyone's busy, of course, doing their own, having their lives and stuff. But this is something that I remember talking about New Lace Kendama, where when he wants people to become part of the team, he also is expecting a certain amount of effort from them to support, to play, to promote and stuff. So I feel like the most that I've seen about the new Kusa Tama, that Hex, I haven't seen any of their pros or team players like posting it. No, granted, I'm not following all their members, so maybe that's the point. But I just see it from Kusa itself, and then Kusa is also, I'm guessing, busy. Maybe their team's small. Maybe they don't have someone who's focused, dedicated on doing all this social media. But it seems like they're comparative to all the other companies and brands out there, a little on the slower end.
Yeah. But interesting.
So things
because I didn't see that.
Things could be missed. Yep. Okay. So those are the only things that I saw from Battle to Border that like popped out, and I was like, "Oh, look at that!" Okay. Oh, okay. Yes.
Active Tiger Dama.
And this one caught my eye because I'm like, yo, so many people are going to be like, oh, good job ripping off Sweet's kaijus, like with monster, like beast kind of, theme. But no, everyone, the Chinese New Year, for the Chinese calendar, there's an animal for each year, and this year is the year of the tiger. So I'm guessing that's why they did that.
That makes sense. That seems... Yeah. That sounds
as well as
right.
if you follow Active, you'll see that they're doing some like pop-up shop for the Chinese New Year festival, which is coming up. I think it's maybe today or tomorrow. The beginning of February is when the Chinese New Year starts. So they're doing an event there, and I'm guessing that's why they're releasing this one. But yeah, there you go. If anyone's looking for a bigger size kendama, and if you like tigers, there you have it. Dude, another one. I'm so stoked. I'm probably going to pick it up, and I haven't got to deal with it in a while. The Fufu, new Fufu Tama. What? Come on. I mean, they have the best videos of all time.
They're so good.
Oh, always so good. And they have three different colors that you could choose from. Super simple. It almost hits me on the wave of, how Chrome or Grain Theory can just do minimalist, simplistic lines and designs very, very nicely. So that's really cool. And full walnut, sticky, in the V4 from Deal With It.
Yes. I was trying to pull up a picture of it really fast, but there goes my internet. Like, was done. Super weird. Just dipped tip with matching painted inner bevel. Just cool stuff.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
they're doing.
Yeah, and there's the orange version, nice like burnt orange, and then they have the green. I'm definitely that green is where it's at.
It's a really nice, like sweet shade of green too. I like that green a lot.
Yeah, and on the brown too. So that's one that is out, that was released just over the weekend. What else do we got here? I think that might be it for the kendamas.
I think that's it for kendamas. But before we go to anything else, just want to throw this out here, right here. Our very own MJ from Weekly Dama News. Player of the Month from
yes.
Speak of the Devil. This is crazy. That's cool. I love that. You only played in Sara Grip for how long? What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The true stories. 3 years. 3 years.
Wild.
It was. What was more wild is when I saw people like, being like, oh, you hold the Tama and like you get this Ken on it. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, so that was really cool. Thanks, Kusa, for doing that. You know, it might sound like I'm talking shit all the time, but no, you know, Kusa has been in it, been one of the in the forefront of making kendama a thing, especially in North America and connecting over here to Japan and stuff. They've been working super hard. So thank you so much, Kusa, for that limelight spot to, you know, just showcase and highlight my story, I guess.
Oh, and you know what?
Stories.
We missed the Analog X Lovers dropping. Now it just says next week.
There you go.
I don't know. It's Valentine's Day themed. And then what else? I think that's pretty much everything already. But I mean, ton of freaking Damas with
So many.
With Battle of the Border. I mean, that's like events are a great time to drop Damas, right? So not a ton of anything else. Obviously, we had like the Parker edit to go with the Parker Dama and the little Tio edit to go with the Tio Dama.
Yeah, which was also an edit that he entered for New Year, New Edit comp. So everyone, that's still going down. This is the final day here for me in Japan. It is the 31st, final day to finish your edits and get them in over to Rod. It's up on his personal YouTube channel, Rod Dama, and he's got the playlist. So go there, check it out. New Year, New Edit 2022. I'm thinking there's about like 20 entries as of now, but I remember like last year, that's how it was. And then right at the deadline, like another like 15 came in.
Yeah. I probably just, I don't have enough like solid clips. But I'm still thinking about it. Like I got all of my whirlwind clips from going to get my Sour Mash tattoo. They're in a project. I just like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of effort just for whirlwinds.
But dude, you're looking. It's not though, because it's not, one, it's going to giving you the satisfaction of being like, yeah, I did it. Looking back at being like, I could do that, and also seeing the amount of positive feedback that you'll be getting because we're all cool people and like we're all level-headed, nice individuals who know that no traffic needs to be made. Where you'll get good feedback will make you feel good, and to see like, wow, yeah, a video, an edit that is all about just whirlwinds is a thing that we could do. I mean, there's been Yank edits in the past, and of course, okay, that's you know a different kind of trick that is kind of in a different level, but still. You only got 2 minutes. You can put it together. It doesn't have to be the full 2 minutes. You create this thing that possibly other people will, you know, get some ideas from to be like, hey, you know, I'm really wanting to level up in this kind, like gunslingers. Let me do a full gunslinger edit. Let me do a full around the whatever edit.
And also the biggest part of the edit, if I have all my clips, which I think I do, is that I went and got a tattoo from Sour Mash, right? It's like that's like the biggest part of like the edit. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I have all of tomorrow to finish to like actually edit it and post it. So
it's a lot of work. It could be a lot of work depending on how you put it together. I know personally, I did most of my filming. I think I got like 95% of my filming done in these past few weekend in the evenings. I've been meaning to edit stuff, check out the footage. So if I need to do any reshoots, I can do that. But today's the final day, and I need to put that all together. But excited for it, and excited to see what other people are putting out right now. There's a bunch of edits up there, so you know, more love on the YouTube, and people creating. I think it's a place for people to create YouTube videos because everyone's just stuck on this vertical rectangle where it's like, all right, just do something here. And they feel like maybe they don't have enough or what it takes to put something on YouTube. Is this good enough for YouTube? Oh, maybe it's not. But here, here's a comp. So many ridiculous butt ton of awards that can... Dude, there's one award where it's like Missed Spike Award.
Yeah.
You don't even have to land a trick. You just have to like be the saddest at not getting a trick.
And there are literally so many prizes available this year, or not necessarily like prizes, right? Because you're not doing it for the prizes, but like judges. There's so many judges this year compared to last year. There was a lot last year, but like this year, so many people went in to be judges. Is it too late? Someone text Rod right now. Can I be a judge? Can I?
Dude, you can. You can. The only thing you have to do is decide a type of award that other company hasn't chosen yet.
Oh, because you're a judge too, right? You did you have a category.
My category is best bounce. I want to see those flexing knees on a solid line where you're just bouncing. I don't want to see none of that. You're up there, you're doing a bird, fix it, then bend down again and go for it. No, you want to get that bounce, bounce, bounce. And every bounce is another set to another trick. That's what mine is. And I wanted to do music, but someone else chose that. So Rod's like, you got to do something else. I was like, all right. So that's the only thing.
Ooh.
If you can find a topic, an award that you can focus on that other company or team doesn't have set, then you could probably do it. I
will possibly DM Rod in like 15 minutes because I'm sprouting ideas constantly.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. I think that's everything I had.
Dude, okay, if we're talking about, this new year, new edit, that's going to happen. This kind of challenge for people to jump on YouTube and create something. Another challenge that is coming up is, of course, 28 tricks later. Coming from Sweets.
Yes.
Hashtag it 28. This year, it's an actual 28. Last year, I think it was, you had an extra day, or 2 years ago it was an extra day or something?
I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, wow. Well, it feels like last year. 28 tricks later, get on it. There's a full article that they have on their blog over on Sweets where they give you a rundown of what it's all about, why you should be doing it. And yeah, it is something that I think everyone should take part in, just because, especially hinting, what the hell? Hinting, I want to say hence and hint, and then there was some other shit word I wanted to say. Hinting how, like, if you're scared to put stuff on YouTube and, like, maybe I shouldn't worried about it, hey, New Year's, new edit contest, that's the one to do it. Here, maybe you're, like, not so much, creating a lot of different tricks up on Instagram. You feel like you're not good enough or something. Yeah, this is just, it's specifically for you. This is, like, I think the best thing about 28 Tricks Later, it's for no one but you. This challenge, there's no prizes. You're not getting anything except the satisfaction of you looking back on the progress that you made throughout that month and to be like, hells yeah, I was able to do it. Look at that. I'm actually not as lazy as I thought I was. I'm actually not as bad as I thought I was. Look at this stuff.
Well, and I did it last year, and it filled out like, because for somebody like me who's not posting every day, I'm playing every day, right? And I'm saving stuff for Dama News, and I'm working on designs for Kendama, and I'm working on a Kendama magazine. But I'm not somebody who posts bangers, right? And I've talked about that before. But this kind of like added validity to my own.
Dude, a banger. Hold on. Banger is anything that you are psyched on. That's what a banger is.
That's true.
If you get a boner from it, then it's cool, dude.
I mean, but you know what I mean, right? So like, I'm not Bonds. I'm not hitting these absurd tricks. So doing 28 Tricks Later was 28 new posts on my Instagram page. And it got, I think I went up like 100 followers because people were like, oh, like, this is the Kendama guy. Oh, and he actually does post sometimes. So, I mean.
He actually does, yeah.
I mean, if you just want to be a part of the community, it's a great way to do it because it gets you out there. People are always going through the 28 Tricks Later tag just to be like, great trick. So like, if you want to be a part of the community, this is the easiest way to do it. Even if you can only stick it out for the first half of the month. I mean, that's more than not doing it at all, right? So
true.
Get out there, go do it.
Yeah, and that's another kind of like mindset I think a lot of people will have. Well, like, oh, maybe I won't be able to do it, so I'm not even going to start. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
Right? Don't worry about it. Just on your own time. If you're able to do it for that day, then get the trick, film it, post it. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that,
If you miss a day, just do it the next day or do it the day after. Like if you miss a day, that's all right. Keep going.
Yeah.
We love you. We're here for you.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to be like, oh, look at that. Rylan missed day 15, but then he finished the whole thing and he's like, I feel good. Be like, no, you didn't do everything. Like, no. I think that's when it connects to like this whole, like, it's not a competition. It's totally for
It's
you.
not.
So don't
And
worry what other
actually,
people say.
I mean, I don't hate anybody over it, but yeah, it bums me out, is what it is. When people like miss a day and they're like, it's over. Like, it's not over.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I would way rather see you play and level up and be psyched. Or if one day you just can't hit a trick, you spend a whole day not being able to hit a trick, then post a trick the next day and just be
Yeah.
psyched about it, because that's what I love to see on the timeline, is just people being psyched. Don't get
Yeah,
upset if you miss a day, because I just want to see you post it the next day or the day after. I don't care. I just love
Yep.
seeing people psyched. And it
Psyched.
it gets me psyched, and then I play, and then I post. It's this big vicious cycle.
Yes,
So,
yes. And that's
you
another
guys-
thing. That's when
yeah.
community comes into play, because maybe you'll see like a friend of yours that isn't so active, and they're like, damn, they're doing it. Every day
Yeah.
they've been doing it. Shit, maybe I should get on it too. Like, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it just continues on, you know, for months and months later. Just keep it rolling. Because all it is like, because really, this thing on Instagram, like, that's going to be gone one day, and we shouldn't live our lives on this thing. But here's this great
Right.
challenge that we can utilize this for, to not only see the progress that you've made yourself, but also connect to other people and be able to see other people who possibly you don't see because they're not posting, but now you can see them and maybe like, hey, they're wearing a shirt of a band that I like too. Follow friends, like, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Connects.
Like, literally 100%. Even
Yeah.
if you're, I cannot stress it enough. Even if you're just hitting tricks that you like, it doesn't even have to be about level up. Even if you're hitting tricks that you already got and you're just hitting them a little bit cleaner, post something and make friendships. And you're right. That's when the community aspect comes into it, right? Because then people are going to see you and you're going to make friends. And then you can host jams in your area because you made a new friend that you didn't even know played kendama down the street from you.
Oh.
And it's great. I mean, Ken Casa here in Albuquerque. I had no idea people here played kendama, and there's like 10 of us, and we jam like almost every weekend, and it's great.
Nice.
And now I'm friends with those people. Like, so, yeah, it's just, that's where the community aspect comes from. Even if you're not psyched on it, just post a trick and do it, and just be a part of the community. The community. Yeah. I'm so psyched. Anyway, it's there. February 1st, posting a simple trick.
Yes. And again, to everyone, you know, we're not like telling you definitely go do it. It is totally up to you if you want to do it. But just to let you know, everyone's there to support you in doing it. So don't be scared of doing it. What else? Oh, another cool thing I wanted to highlight, of course, you know, Kendemic is always doing really cool stuff for the community that reaches to people who are not in our community, but it creates like a good karma, good energy within this community to like spread the love, and not only through kendama, but, you know, I just wanted just to highlight this cool, like, you know, pop-up that they did 2 years ago. There's a like crazy video that they posted up on the Soul Kendama's Instagram account, how they raised like so many goods. And this year they're doing it, or they did do it for this year, for all the homeless in the area of where were they again? I want to say Kentucky, Nashville.
They were at Battle at the Border, right?
Okay. Yeah. Battle at the Border, collecting stuff for the homeless around in that area specifically. So it's a really cool thing, and that's why it's cool to see, like, you know, how they could travel to go to this event that's happening not in their location, and be able to connect and help the people in that city, in that area. You know, awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to highlight.
I like that she did, like, if you donate food, you get a ticket. But if you donate, like, something valuable in that, like, specific day, like gloves or a hat or a jacket, you get, like, 2 or 3 raffle tickets, right? Because, like, the whole thing was a raffle. So, like, if you donate something that not a lot of people are donating, like blankets or, like, jackets or hats and gloves, you get more raffles, which is more incentive for these people who are just on the street struggling. So, like, Kendama Cares RK, she's doing great things all the time. And you're right. It is awesome that she went out of her state to a different state to help, like, people that don't necessarily affect her in any way. So it's great. Right. She's the best.
Yeah. That's a really cool thing. Dude, okay, there's 2 more posts that I have. And one is this dude, Pekoy. Everyone probably saw this. It went viral for a second. This French dude. Oh my god, this had me dying.
It's
Best.
so good.
Little like Czech grandma or wherever she's from, like just oh my gosh, it's so good. And at first when you watch, you're like, what's up with the towel? He puts a towel and then it clips over there. He is hitting. So he's been doing a few of these kinds of like TikTok-y, vibe-ish posts, reels on Instagram. It's like, yeah, like, you know, what a game of Ken is like, and every time I leave the house, and he's like trying to figure out what kind of kendama to bring, and in the end, like he just puts them all on and he walks out. He's like ready to go. Like such like content that is in the now.
Yeah.
And it's for kendama, and he's doing a really, really cool job. It seems like he just started doing those styles. So really, really, yeah, it makes everyone laugh. So go check it out. Pekou. It's French. It's all backwards. Peckou. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome to see.
I like that though. I like that. Yeah. It kind of adds. I don't know. I feel like it gets more eyes on kendama because it's a little bit more relatable to the youngsters. So
yes,
it's cool.
Yes,
it's funny
could be, right? Right. Another thing that we need to talk about, which we talked about deep ago.
Yes.
The kendemic. Do you remember, Riley?
I don't.
Yo, okay. So it was this like shit. What is it called? Battle of the Road Kings. What's that like?
Oh,
damn it!
King of the Road.
King of the Road. Yeah, not of the hill, the road. Where they have teams get together and they have to go out and do like challenges and stuff. Yeah. Such a cool idea, and it was supposed to happen like I think 2020 before lockdown happened all over the world. And then it seems like they're going to be doing it for July of this year in the Nashville, Tennessee area. It's going to be starting. So sponsored now by Soul Kendemic. Go to their Instagram account, the Kendemic. They still only have, look at that, they only have 3 posts because I guess they were going to put out more information, but then, you know, pandemic hit. But they must have done it before the pandemic hit, and that's why they called it the Kendemic, right? So they kind of set themselves up for failure. Just a little bit.
Maybe.
So we'll see what happens for the rest of this. To see what can happen. You need to email them for registration. You need to have a team name, send out all of your team members. You need to also have a filmer if you're planning to have a filmer part of your team. And that's it. Remember, it's only $40 a team. Dude, I so want to do this. Can I do this from Japan? My team, I don't have I would have a team, but they're all so busy. What? I don't know. But it seems very interesting and want to see what it's more about. We should just have them. I should just invite them to be on the weekly Dama News so they can talk about it.
Yes, please do. Yes.
When do I do it? Like that sounds the best idea.
Team of 4 and a 5th person for filming only. The 5th person cannot be a part of the scavenger hunt objective at all. But a team of 4 people plus a filmer. And each team will have 48 hours to film as many tasks given in that booklet and submit a raw edit, meaning no music, of each completed objective. These objectives range anywhere from basic to completely ridiculous combos and even pranks. Yeah, wow.
Pranks? Hopefully they're all right and, PG. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. So you have to look into it more, everyone.
It kind of seems like Kendama is going to be in Nashville. I will do weekly Dama News live from the Kendemic, MJ, if you would have me, please. I want to do that. That sounds so sick. Oh my God.
It does. So do you have to be in the area? It can't be, like, could I do it internationally? Could I be here being a part of it? If it sounds like, if it's just you're filming it and then sending them the raw footage, could you not do it from anywhere?
I threw my laptop. I don't know. I think it sort of seems like an event. it sort of seems like you kind of have to be there
for it. Which would make sense,
by
yeah.
Kendama, Nashville, Tennessee, in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, it kind of seems like you act like I agree, right? That you should be able to get the prompt and then do. But it sounds like you have to be there.
Be there. Okay. Maybe in the future they'll do like a international version.
Day 4, we will meet to reveal all individual side prizes first. Yeah, okay, so it sounds like you have to be there. It sounds like it is like a whole event.
Okay.
But not like a regular kendama event, like new, trendy event.
Yeah. Okay. Need to do more news research, everyone, for the next one. Figure out more what's going on with this. Seems really cool and exciting. Bam! That's it. Oh, one last one. Slump Ghost just popped up here. Slump Ghost, Nick is in tough times right now. He's asking for some help by purchasing some goods from his store, Slump Ghost, Dama clothing, and I wanted to do something so I could help him, and I thought, hey, give him some piece of artwork, because I know in the past he likes some of my art, so I gave him that. He put on some clothing, and today it's only a limited time offer, so to really help him out in these times, until the 31st, the end of January, you can go pick up one of my designs on the Slump Ghost website. Go check it out if you're interested.
And it's a really cool design. It's really sick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, dude. So the whole idea was, him in his position of, having to deal with this contract for this lease, like for his apartment that he is in, and like, the bound of life that is gripping everyone and can really like choke you out in bad ways and really like just steal your soul from, or emotions of continuing to try to be a good person, because it seems like everything in this world is just trying to shit on you the whole time. You're constrained all the time and you shouldn't be. So that was the idea I had behind it, if anyone was interested.
It's meaningful. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes. So that's it, everyone. Weekly Dama News. That was it. MJ, Rylan over there. We do this every weekend on Sunday night for all of you. So enjoy it. It'll be going out on the podcast. Hopefully, if I can edit it, I probably won't be able to do it because I got to finish editing New Year, new edit kendama. So I'll do that.
Oh,
and then I'll be posting
that takes priority for sure.
I got to get that done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Please.
This is my last day. Hours left. The time bomb is ticking right under my computer. So that's it, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. Rylan, awesome talks. We'll see you next week for another round of Weekly Dama News. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.
Thanks, MJ.